In today's video, I'm going to be doing the career simulation of defensive back Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and or subscribe. I would appreciate that. Let's see if we can get this video to 100 likes to get another career simulation for these new 2024 rookies. And as always, I'm not going to be touching the playbooks. I'm just going to let the AI decide how these players go. And of course, I have the team settings on auto, so that way, once again, the computer is in full control here. But if one of these players split off and go to another team, I'm still going to be following up both of their careers. So let me know down in the comments below, who do you think will have a better career right now? No cheating. Starting off, we got the first round pick, Quinyon Mitchell here out of Toledo. He has superstar dev and he's 76 overall without the boost. Cooper DeJean here did get some preseason XP. He originally did start as a 75 overall, but he has star dev here. He's a little bit younger than Quinyon Mitchell. He's going to be playing primarily in the slot. Let's see how these two players both ball out for year number one. And wow, the Philadelphia Eagles go 8-9 and miss the playoffs as we come off a week 18 loss to the Giants, and our defensive passing game is ranked 18th in the league. Mad disrespect from EA. But from Quinyon Mitchell here in his rookie season, he has 75 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 0 sacks, that's fine, 2 interceptions, 43 interceptions yards, 4 pass deflections. Overall, pretty solid season. 2 interceptions for a rookie is nice to see. And then the white boy out of Iowa, Cooper DeJean, 71 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, half a sack, 2 interceptions. I would say that's slightly better. He has slightly less total tackles, of course, 2 more tackles for a loss, half a sack, and then same amount of interceptions, more interceptions yards, and 6 pass deflections. Cooper DeJean did better in the slot than Quinyon Mitchell, but still, they both had a great rookie season. Ravens and Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Jalen Carter wins Defensive Rookie of the Year because, of course, they mix in the 2023 rookies with the 2024 rookies, which is upsetting, but let's see if either of them got a dev up. And it looks like Cooper DeJean is a star dev and Quinyon Mitchell is still a superstar dev, but the team is still looking great. Now, this is the new look team after the draft, and it looks like we lost Lane Johnson, so Mekhi Becton is going to fill in. They also got a new left tackle and a new second string tight end, so I guess they're not going to pay Dallas Goedert. They also got a new outside linebacker, good for them, but of course, we're just here for Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, who I'm going to move up through the depth chart. And Cooper DeJean is in the slot, sharing it with Quinyon Mitchell as well, but Quinyon Mitchell is going to be the 2, and Cooper DeJean is going to be the 3 and in the slot. Let's see how year number 2 goes for these players. This year, Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell both make the playoffs as they are 10-7 here, second in the division behind the Madden simulation gods, the Dallas Cowboys. Quinyon Mitchell here, huge down year. I guess they didn't really play him. I'm sure he's at the number 2 spot, but he has 23 tackles, 0 tackles for a loss, 0 sacks, 0 interceptions, really just 0 everything for him. He only played 450 snaps. Injury is off, played all 17 games. I guess they moved him down the depth chart, which doesn't really make sense because Cooper DeJean is at the number 3 here, and he seems to have played more snaps as he has 65 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, 0 sacks, 1 interception, 19 interception yards, and then he also has 6 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, and a recovery. 1 fumble yard is funny enough, and then over 900 downs played, so I don't really know what happened there. And yeah, he did get moved down for some reason. I don't like that. He should have been the number 2 the entire year. Don't want James Bradbury here, but again, I'm not the coach, so I'm not going to cut James Bradbury. But we are here to face J.J. McCarthy and the 11-6 Minnesota Vikings. Can we beat them to move on to the first win for Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean? We do not. J.J. McCarthy balls out and drops 35 on our defense, and our defensive passing game is ranked 24th in the league. Again, I'm not changing the playbooks. It's definitely the playbook's fault, but I'm not going to do it just because it's part of the simulation. They're just going to have to thug it out. And the Niners can never seem to catch a break as they lose another Super Bowl as Saquon Barkley wins Offensive Player of the Year for the Eagles, but no other awards here for the team. And no upgrades here for Cooper DeJean or Quinyon Mitchell. Now, this is the new team after the offseason with whatever the AI did. It looks like our backup tight end is a superstar dev, and he's going to be our starting fullback for now. So why not just put him there? And Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell seem to be in the right spots here, and it looks like they drafted a superstar X-Factor middle linebacker. Honestly, I don't want this to go to waste. I'm just going to put him as the starter. I know I'm not the coach, but at the same time, making slight adjustments to the other part of the team just to make the team a little bit better is fine. I don't make any decisions other than moving Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, maybe some baller X factors like this guy up the depth chart. Cooper DeJean is back in the slot once again. Why not just put this guy at sub linebacker because he seems like a baller. It will long-term help the team, which could give Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean a ring. So who knows? He could just be an absolute baller, or it could just be a total bust. Either way, year number 3 for the team. Keep in mind, Quinyon Mitchell has a 5-year contract because of his 5th-year option, and then Cooper DeJean only has a 4-year contract. So we could see them split up here early, especially with the Eagles cap room, with Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and yada, yada, yada. But either way, let's see how it goes for year number 3. Once again, barely making the playoffs here at 9-8, second in the division, as the dominant Cowboys once again go 13-4 and take the division. And I just want to point out that this superstar X Factor seems to be like a baller already with 138 tackles within his 2nd year. But back to the relevant topic, Quinyon Mitchell here with 81 tackles after finally getting the snaps he deserves. 2 tackles for a loss, no sacks, 1 interception, 34 interceptions yards, and then 4 pass deflections. And then past that, he also has a touchdown. Good for him, along with Darius Slay, and then played over 1,000 snaps this year. That's what I like to see, his best year yet. Also, I would like to point out that for some reason, EA doesn't show the defensive backs like yards allowed, which is really annoying. I feel like that's an extremely important stat for defensive backs. I don't know why EA just doesn't put that there. Even if it's not for defensive backs, I understand there's like defensive ends here who, of course, aren't going to give up any passing yards because they're not going to be in coverage. But why do the defensive backs not have those stats, even whenever you look at their personal stats? But either way, for Cooper DeJean here, he got an interception here as well, and then he also has 58 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss. I guess he's coming in on these nickel blitzes, playing in the slot, and then he also has 5 pass deflections, 1 fumble recovery, and 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble yards, and then, yeah, another good season from him. Didn't play as many snaps, but honestly, very similar stats here, and a lot of, tackles for a loss for Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, so they're both balling out, kind of on the same level, not exactly, because Quinyon Mitchell is playing a little bit more snaps, but Cooper DeJean here, forcing out these fumbles. He's looking pretty nice, getting turnovers for the team. But can we give them their first ever playoff win? It's surprising that we don't have one now. It's obviously all up to the AI, and we do. 38-31 over the Bears. Here to face the 14-3 Niners. They're a 92 overall team. I'm assuming we're going to lose this just because their team is so good. It's the Niners. I wouldn't expect to win it, but we do regardless. 31-24, here to face the 86 overall Packers. Now that the Packers are a lower overall than us, I can almost guarantee you that we're going to lose because that's how Madden Sim works. I've had like a 95 overall team before, and I've lost in the conference championship to like an 82 overall Rams team. It's absolutely ridiculous, but we're going to hop into this. I'm not going to play anything. I just want to see how it goes down. We're in snowy Green Bay here. They're going to start out with 7 points, so we're going to respond with 3 points. Defense locked up there. Nice response by the offense. 10-10 game here. 17-10 offense performing very well. 24-10 at half. 31-10. Defense is balling out here with Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, and the rest of the guys. Holding the Packers to 10 points. Now they're going to hold them to 17 points and a garbage time touchdown. Does not matter. Holding the Packers to a total of under 20 points. Stellar performance by the defense and another stellar performance by the offense here. 45-17 blowout here at Lambeau Field as Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell get their first ever conference championship win and have a potential to win a Super Bowl ring here. And of course, we have to play the Kansas City Chiefs. It's either them or the Cowboys in almost every simulation, sometimes the Ravens, but of course the Chiefs are the most baller team in simulation other than the Cowboys. But we are here for our revenge match against them. Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean weren't here for the original match, but Quinyon Mitchell with the superstar dev is up to an 83 overall without the boost. Cooper DeJean is up just to an 81 with star dev. No dev upgrades for them this year, but that's fine. They could potentially get a ring here, so let's see how it goes. Here we are against the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to open up with 7. Bad start for the defense, but offense responds nicely. We're going to hold the Chiefs, and then we hold them again. They finally score. Offense matches it 14-14, 21-14, our first lead of the game. 21-14 at half. We open up half with 3 points. 2-score lead. Defense holding strong against the Kansas City Chief offense here. 21-27, and the Philadelphia Eagles are going to get their revenge against the Kansas City Chiefs. No three-peat. Well, we're not even in 2024 or 2025 Super Bowl, so I don't even know why I said that. Either way, Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell already get a ring, and they haven't even come up on their contracts yet. This is just year number 3 for the Philadelphia Eagles, and we have a ring here over the Chiefs. Holding them to 21 points as a defense is an amazing job here. And then Cooper DeJean is at the top of the list here for the Eagles as he has 8 total tackles and no tackles for a loss, but he has a pick here, 16 interceptions yards. Does it go for 6? It does not, but still having a pick in the Super Bowl is a big deal, being at the top of the chart here for tackles as well. And then Quinyon Mitchell, is he even on this board? Yeah, he's all the way at the bottom, 3 tackles and then 1 tackle for a loss. Not a crazy game from him. Again, I wish I could see the yards allowed in the game, game. Either way, Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean both have a ring here within year 3. This is the team after the offseason. Looks like the AI got a new offensive lineman. We got a new slot receiver as well for Jalen Hurts. Davis, I'm going to put back into the starting role. Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, both looking great with the fresh new ring on their finger. Honestly, the defense looks the same, so I'm cool with this. It's a 90 overall team. We were an 89 overall last year. We have the potential to go back-to-back here, and let's see if we do in year number 4. And potentially, this is the final year. Could be, of course, I said potentially, for Cooper DeJean, because this is year number 4. That's when his contract ends. Let's see if he stays with the team, but Quinyon Mitchell is on the 5-year deal because he was a first-round pick. So let's see how long he lasts. And of course, the AI can't determine whether or not they deserve the 5th round pick because these are imported players, not actual rookies, even though it says it there. I don't know why I feel the need to explain that. Either way, this is Cooper DeJean's final year with the team. Let's move into the playoffs. I meant to say it's potentially his final year with the team. My bad. 10-7, second in the division once again, but of course it doesn't matter. I mean, our defensive passing rank is 28th, but again, I guess it really doesn't matter. Our defensive rushing game is first, though, in the league. And we're coming off a loss to the Rams in Week 18, a blowout loss, and we have to face them here in the wild card, as they had the higher seed over us and the home field advantage because we lost them in Week 18, of course. Defensively, Quinyon Mitchell with 77 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, 4 interceptions, his career high, 7 pass deflections. He had a great season, and then 0 defensive touchdowns after those 4 interceptions. CJ Gardner-Johnson with a defensive touchdown. No defensive touchdowns here for Cooper DeJean, but looking into his stats, he has 66 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 1.5 sacks. Yeah, he's really coming in with those nickel blitzes. 3 interceptions, 53 interceptions yards, 5 pass deflections, no forced fumbles or fumble recoveries this year, but they both really improved in ball hawking here, and then Cooper DeJean getting in for some sacks as well. Can we beat the Los Angeles Rams to move on to the divisional round for a potential back-to-back year? And we do not. Eliminated in round 1, 34-24, as we're going to be moving in to the offseason. Will Cooper DeJean stay with the team? We don't know. The cap room is looking very thin with only $10.5 million to spend. So honestly, I doubt it. Make your predictions down in the comments below. Year number 4 for Cooper DeJean. I'm predicting that he goes to the Saints. Why not? That's the first team that came to mind. Quinyon Mitchell still has 1 more year with us. And Anthony Richardson beats Bryce Young in the Super Bowl, and Anthony Richardson wins the Super Bowl MVP, and there are no awards here for the Eagles. And it looks like Darius Slay retired, as Quinyon Mitchell is now the number 1 on this team, and Cooper DeJean is the number 2. He'll probably still play in the slot for us, as we have this guy named Vikk here with the AI drafted, and another superstar defensive back, Dorsett here. So maybe I'll move him up in the depth charts, but either way, no upgrades for Quinyon Mitchell or Cooper DeJean. So even though Darius Slay retired, we only have $7 million in cap room now. I don't really know how that works, even though we should have more with his contract gone. But either way, let's see where Cooper DeJean goes in the next season. Did the man stay with the team, or did he leave us? Please take a pay cut, Cooper DeJean. Let's see what the new team looks like. We lost our left guard here. So honestly, I'm just going to move this left tackle to left guard. Well, right tackle. Do I move him to right guard? This is what we got going on for the offense. Move that guy to left guard, and we lose A.J. Brown. We got Johnny Wilson. Is he a 6'6" receiver? Yeah, out of FSU. He's the slot receiver. Doesn't make much sense, but losing A.J. Brown, Quinyon Mitchell, and Cooper DeJean are both here. I moved Dorsett to the number 3. Cooper DeJean, let's see this new contract. And Cooper DeJean got $5 million a year for 3 years. I feel like it should be a little bit more. Around $8 million a year would seem better at his overall. Obviously, he's not above an 85 overall. That's whenever you start getting paid. So Quinyon Mitchell will probably get around $9 million a year in his first contract. That's just how Madden works. But either way, he only has 1 year left of this 5-year deal, which he should get paid more in his 5th year, but I'm not going to try and complicate it. Either way, this is what we got going on for the team. CJ Gardner-Johnson got superstar dev. Team still looks great. It drops from a 90 overall to an 86 overall after we lose A.J. Brown, and we also have Saquon Barkley regressing, and we also lost our starting left guards. Team still looks really, really good, though. Cooper DeJean is still playing in the slot. Like all that. Year number 5 for the team. Let's move in to the playoffs once more. Once again, second in the division, 10-7, below the Cowboys, who are also 10-7 to take the division, coming off a Week 18 win to the Commanders, as we have 19th in the ranks for the defensive passing game. But once again, it doesn't seem to matter because we got a ring. That's all that matters to us. And just got to point out, Jalen Hurts sucks, dude. 30th in passing yards, 31st in passing touchdowns, 24th in pass rating. I mean, 21 to 3 interceptions. Like, that's good. I like that, but like 30th in passing yards? Are we just in a straight running scheme? I mean, Barkley's eating, but like, I mean, never mind. Hold up. Never mind. I need to shut my mouth. I didn't look at those rushing stats. My God. If you combine the numbers, it looks a lot better here. I like this a lot. Jalen Hurts is actually balling. Never mind. Defensively, Quinyon Mitchell second on the team for the tackles. Ladarius Davis here balling out on the tackles, 137. But Quinyon Mitchell, 98 tackles as a defensive back is really good, but it's also concerning. Why is my defensive back making tackles whenever my defensive lineman and my linebacker should be? Either way, he has 98 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, half a sack, interception, 25 interception yards, 5 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble as well, and then no pick sixes. Cooper DeJean, on the other hand, 86 tackles, 5 tackles for a loss. That's a lot for a defensive back. 0 sacks, 2 interceptions, 35 interception yards, and then, I mean, the interception yards really don't matter, but either way, longest interception return is 19 yards. I don't know why I felt the need to point that out, but 8 pass deflections. So honestly, Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean are kind of going hand in hand here. I feel like they're 2 completely different players, which is real in real life. And then here in Madden, it's really showing Cooper DeJean getting in for the tackles for a loss. A lot of apparently nickel blitzes or getting in the backfield from the nickel position or the slot position from Cooper DeJean. He seems like a little bit more of a ball hawk. I think he has more total interceptions than Quinyon Mitchell, 1 more this year, but pass deflection is doing a little bit better. But Quinyon Mitchell, he's getting in on the tackles, playing more snaps. He may be covering better. We don't know because we can't see yards allowed. Either way, they're both doing good. Can we beat the Green Bay Packers, who we beat in the conference championship, to move on to the divisional round here? And we do. 27-21. We are the Packers kryptonite here to face the 14-3 Seattle Seahawks. They're an 89 overall. We're an 87 overall to go back to the conference championship, and we do not. 23-17. I mean, our offense needs to do better. Holding a team to 23 points, it's not the best. It's not the worst either. 23 points isn't bad, but our offense only getting 17 points is upsetting. Our offensive passing game is ranked 31st in the NFL, but still, we have a great rushing game because Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley probably running a lot of read options. Either way, let's move into the offseason. And the Ravens crushed the Seahawks in the Super Bowl by a 3-score lead here. There are no awards here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And for the upgrades, once again, Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell have not gone up in terms of dev at all this series, but Quinyon Mitchell, this is the final year of his contract. No, it's not. He actually got a re-signing in the offseason at the midseason mark, I guess, because we're not even at the re-signing period. He also has another 3 years on his contract with Cooper DeJean to 2030, and as I said before, he was probably going to get paid $9 million a year. We all know that realistically, he'd probably be getting paid at least $15 million a year, but, you know, this is Madden. They also both seem to have a high interest with the team, as Cooper DeJean actually stays till 2029, and Quinyon Mitchell stays till 2030. And it looks like we lost our left guard, who was a right tackle before. Receiving core is still kind of mid here, other than Devontae Smith. Dallas Goedert's regressing. Do I start Knighton? Because is he younger than Dallas Goedert? I mean, he's 25. He's probably going to be better than Goedert. Dallas Goedert's also 33. I know this is a Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell rebuild, but still, I want to look at these players, try and improve the team long term. Goedert's still got 2 more years left on his contract, so he's going to be the starter. And Barkley's down to an 87 without the boost. Going to get this tight end more of XP by starting at fullback. And then defensively, Quinyon Mitchell is 27 years old going into his 6th year. And then Cooper DeJean here is 25 going into his 6th year. I guess they just started at different times, of course, at different ages. Why would they not if they have different ages from the same experience? And then we also lost both of our defensive ends here. Looks like Nolan Smith and Farrell here. Is he an edge rusher? Yeah, he's a speed rusher, actually. Yeah, he's going to be coming off the edge. So I just moved these 2 guys down to the edge positions. Cherry here is also a speed rusher, but he's just going to stay there for now since Nolan Smith is going to be the starter. Devin White, I'm just going to keep him at the number 2 here. Sure, Sweeney here. We got Sidney Sweeney's little brother. Hey, hook me up, bro. Sidney Sweeney, just bad like that. Either way, let's put Johnny Wilson in the slot since Devontae Smith is the number 1. That's actually going to be really funny. And then Franks, I don't know who that is. Is that Felipe Franks reincarnated into a receiver? Either way, Cooper DeJean in the slot once again. Team's looking really good. Gonna move Dorsett up. And this is the final setup going into year number 6. Cooper DeJean staying until 2029. Quinyon Mitchell staying till 2030. Let's see what we got. Bro, what just happened to the division? The Cowboys go 7-10 and take the division. Why are they allowed in the playoffs? Like, not only that, they get a higher seed and home field advantage just because their division was so shit. That doesn't make any logical sense. But we finished 6-11, bottom of the division, in the weakest division in history, probably. 7-10. I know the Seahawks have made the playoffs before at, I believe, 7-9, back whenever it was a 16-game season. So 7-10, it's a worse record than 7-9. That might be the worst playoff entry, worst 4 seed in history. My God, and they'll probably still win the Super Bowl based on AI simulation. And Jalen Hurts does the same thing, 19 touchdowns, but only 2 interceptions. Then he does good on the ground, doesn't completely ball out like last year. Barkley's still balling, though, with 17 touchdowns. Cooper DeJean here having more tackles than Quinyon Mitchell, 89 to 68 here. 3 tackles for a loss, 0 sacks, 5 interceptions, his all-time high. 4 pass deflections. He has more interceptions than he does have pass deflections. That's funny to me. And then 99 interceptions yards, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 2 fumble yards here. No pick sixes, but over 1,000 snaps played. Quinyon Mitchell, almost 1,000 snaps played here, as he has 10 pass deflections, not really picking off the ball. He's probably got bricks for hands, and it counts as a deflection. But either way, he has an interception, and then he has 68 tackles and 3 tackles for a loss. Both had a really good year. Cooper DeJean definitely hit his career high here with the 5 interceptions. Honestly, probably his best season yet with the 4 pass deflections, 99 passing, well, not 99 passing, 99 interception yards, but finished 6-11, bottom of the division, whack year. Let's move into 2029. And the Chiefs beat the Rams in the Super Bowl. It seems like the Rams eliminated the Cowboys in the first round, so I was wrong about that. Either way, there are no awards here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And after a 5 interception season, Cooper DeJean gets superstar dev, and with that, our starting 3 defensive backs and our starting safeties now all have superstar dev. It's a superstar secondary. Cooper DeJean, 26 years old, superstar dev here. These are his abilities. The AI picked it for him. I'm not going to change anything there just because the AI touched it. And then Quinyon Mitchell, does he have his abilities? He's up to an 88 overall, but he's going to start regression. He also has his abilities. Seems very similar to Cooper DeJean's. But Cooper DeJean is a little bit younger. He's an 86 overall with superstar dev, 2 years younger than Quinyon Mitchell. But anyways, let's move in to the next season. And going into the next season, Barkley is gone, and so is our offensive line. Dallas Goedert's going to be gone in the next season. He's the same overall as this Knighton guy now, so I believe Knighton's going to be the starter. I'm just going to move him up there. Team is falling apart. We're an 85 overall. The only thing we got left is Jalen Hurts. Maybe it's time for Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell to pack up their bags and go get a ring elsewhere. But other than that, the defense still looks baller. Got a new guy, Corey Matthews, another speed rusher. We have so many edge rushers on the team that we don't necessarily need. But hey, I'll take it. And we drafted another defensive back that once again we don't need. We lost our superstar defensive back that was at the number 3 spot. So I don't really like that, but it is what it is. Like the team that we got. I guess Matthews is coming off the edge over Nolan Smith and Pharrell, but either way, once again, let's see what we have for the team in year number 7, I think. I don't even know. We're in 2029. This should be Cooper DeJean's final season. Let's move into the playoffs. And of course, I messed that up once again. I meant Cooper DeJean's final season, potentially with the Eagles, because it's the final year of his contract. All right, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, let's pack up your bags, dog. We're 6-11 once again. Commanders are winning the division now. Yeah, we're in a parallel universe. All of our team ranks are in the red. Let's pack it up, boys. We got to go to another team. Stats and awards, Jalen Hurts. I don't even know why I'm reviewing this. The offense sucks. The defense sucks. The team sucks in general. I mean, Jalen Hurts still throwing only 1 interception, but his rushing stats don't really make up for what he had, and Josh Leach, the new running back, sucks. Cooper DeJean with 93 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 2 interceptions, 62 interceptions, yards, and then 6 pass deflections is nice to see. No passing touchdowns. I mean, no defensive touchdowns, not passing touchdowns. My bad. Quinyon Mitchell here with 82 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, a sack, and interceptions, 22 interception yards, 9 pass deflections. I don't know who's better here. It's really hard to debate because they're both really different in their play style. Cooper DeJean seems more of a ball hawk, getting more interceptions than Quinyon Mitchell these past couple of years, but Quinyon Mitchell is getting a lot more pass deflection, so I don't know if Quinyon Mitchell is going for the swat and laying his body out to get that ball out of the air, or if he just has total bricks for hands because we can't even see the replays or anything like that. Either way, let me know down in the comments below how you think these guys are playing so far. I think honestly Cooper DeJean is a slight bit better overall than Quinyon Mitchell, especially with his age. So he's not going to regress as fast or as soon as Quinyon Mitchell, because he started at the age of 20 or 21, then Quinyon Mitchell started at the age of 22 or 23, I believe. So either way, this should be the final year for Cooper DeJean. If he resigns with the Eagles, that's his fault, dude. And the Seahawks with Bo Nix win the Super Bowl, all right. And then Channing Williamson, Vikings league MVP. This is a whole different league by this point. No yearly awards for the Philadelphia Eagles. Should I even check them at this point? And we have negative 850K in cap room, and we're 6-11. All of our team ranks are in the red. This team is cooked. Cooper DeJean, please don't resign. Any other upgrades? Oh my gosh. And the new defensive back they drafted is casually a superstar X Factor. Oh my gosh. Cooper DeJean, I don't know what we're going to do here. Quinyon Mitchell is regressing. Cooper DeJean is a higher overall than Quinyon Mitchell now. So we got problems here. And then this Matthews dude is a superstar X Factor. Let's see where Cooper DeJean goes in the next season. Please don't resign Cooper DeJean. Please have a brain. And this is the team going into the next season for the offensive wise. I know some people don't care, but I just want to keep up with the team if they do resign. Boyce and Reynolds here, new offensive tackle and new left guard for the team. So that's good for the long term. And it looks like, sure, we got this guy, McIntosh. At running back, it looks like Leach already dipped. He was on a 1-year contract. Yeah, Devontae Smith is about to leave here soon as well. Quinyon Mitchell is below Cooper DeJean now. And Cooper DeJean decided to re-sign. He's 27. He's about to start regression. It was a bad move, in my opinion. His contract. Dude, why would you sign with this? You have absolutely no interest with the team, and you signed for basically a slightly bigger contract than last time. How is the AI getting away with these dumb, cheap contracts for my DBs? And he also has no interest. How did he even get here? His interest is the Super Bowl chase and close to home. He's not close to home. We're not even close to a Super Bowl chase. There was no reason to re-sign this Cooper DeJean, and he just forced himself into a contract until he's 30. And Devontae Smith is 31. He's already in regression. He's probably going to leave the team soon. This team is absolutely deep fried. Other than the defense, it looks baller on defense here. Quinyon Mitchell here. He will be on his final year of his contract in this season. Yeah, he will. Hopefully, he wises up more than Cooper DeJean as he has moderate interest with the team and goes somewhere else. This Matthews guy, I want to get on the line so that way he can actually start balling out here. So we got Matthews on the line now on the defense. Then this Redmond guy who has superstar X Factor, he's going to start in the slot since Cooper DeJean is the #1 now. And then we're going to have these guys up here. We have a lot of X Factors on defense. The offense is just the problem. We don't really have any support around Jalen Hurts other than Devontae Smith. Sure, we have a superstar tight end, but he's already 27. Mekhi Becton's probably going to get old. This O-line, overall-wise, it's atrocious. Not even a single offensive lineman is in the 85-plus overall. And then, of course, apart from the Devontae Smith, there's no actual weapons here for Jalen Hurts. So it's just up to Jalen Hurts to carry the offense. I don't know why the defense is performing bad other than the playbooks. It's just really upsetting because the defense does look really good on paper. Either way, 2030, Quinyon Mitchell's final year. Cooper DeJean was stupid enough to re-sign. Let's move into the playoffs once more. All right, bro, we got to pack it up. Quinyon Mitchell, please, bro. 5-12, bottom of the division. I'm not changing the schemes. I'm not changing the playbooks. The team is deep fried. The Giants are winning the division. This entire generation, bro, we move 6 years in the future. We're all cooked. The Giants are taking the division. It's over. We are deep fried, bro. It's like they probably got another Manning on the team. Arch Manning went to the Giants. We're completely screwed. All of our team ranks are in the red except defensive points per game, but our defensive passing game is 31st. Cooper DeJean with 101 tackles. My God, Ladarius Davis here and Sidney Brown both have 116, 147, but Cooper DeJean 101 is actually crazy for defensive back. 1 tackle for a loss, 1 sack, and no interceptions though. 6 pass deflections. Of course, he's not going to have a touchdown unless it was like a super score, but he didn't have a fumble recovery either. And then 7 pass deflections for Quinyon Mitchell, but Quinyon Mitchell here, 88 tackles, and then no tackles for a loss, no sacks, no interceptions. That's really disappointing. Played just about the same amount of snaps here, actually more snaps than Cooper DeJean. And Cooper DeJean looks like he has the better stats, even though he has 1 less pass deflection than Quinyon Mitchell. He still has an interception. He still has a sack. Well, yeah, doesn't have an interception, my bad. He still has a sack. He still has a tackle for a loss, and he has more total tackles as well. So, again, I think Cooper DeJean is just being the baller here, as he has the award winner player tag, while Quinyon Mitchell doesn't have any tags. Should have been looking at the best DB award from the start, but whatever. I'm just going to do it now. Do we have any guys here? No best DB for the NFC for Cooper DeJean or Quinyon Mitchell. Upsetting, but neither of them had an interception, so I guess it makes sense. And the Saints with Brian Pace, who wins the Super Bowl MVP, beats the Raiders in the Super Bowl. We are clearly in a new alternate universe after 6 years. Joe Burrow still winning a league MVP here, though. He hasn't done it in real life, but I'm assuming he will. And he wins the Offensive Player of the Year, but there are, once again, no awards here for the Eagles. And we have negative $8 million in cap room, and we are at the bottom of the division at 5-12. We are deep fried. And McIntosh actually has Superstar X Factor. If we can cook him up and get him developed, since Cooper DeJean is going to stay here, that wouldn't be bad. Running backs are huge for simulation. Both of our offensive linemen have start out here. CJ Gardner-Johnson goes to an X Factor, but he's regressing pretty hard. Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, both don't get upgrades. Let's see if Quinyon Mitchell re-signs with the team. This is the team going into the next season, as we have another new tight end coming in to the mix here. And once again, we don't have another really good wide receiver too, but McIntosh, hopefully he can ball out for the team. Quinyon Mitchell re-signs with the team. What are you doing? Why are you staying with this Terrible team. He's 30 years old now, and he signed a 1-year deal. What, did you think that they're gonna like somehow magically be good and revamp after 1 year? You only signed $8 million. You didn't even get a bag. His player tag is now trade target veteran. That is upsetting. Quinyon Mitchell, come on. I think Cooper DeJean so far is having the better career just because of his youth, which is coming to an end because he is 28 now, but his contract comes to an end here and 2032, which is upsetting, man. But like, come on, like Quinyon Mitchell, I expected more. He's still in his final year, so we could see him go somewhere else. Is this another edge rusher? No, it's a power rusher. Okay, how many edge rushers do we need, Eagles? I mean, I guess it's realistic considering that they love stacking defensive ends. We lose Nolan Smith here. This guy's also an edge rusher, but we have him at linebacker. So why not AI? Let's just keep stacking these guys non-stop. Specialist-wise, we're going to have Redmond in the slot. Once again, McIntosh is going to ball out once again. Defensively, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, love them, but hate their decision making here. We got to move on to a team that's going to win Super Bowls. The defense looks like it can win Super Bowls. The offense isn't producing anything, and honestly, our defense is getting red team ranks in every single season. But either way, let's move into year 2031 in the playoffs. I guess Quinyon Mitchell was cooking, dude. 13-4, top the division. Our team was actually magically revived. Defensive passing game is 20th still, but our team ranks are up. We're up. As soon as we got the X Factor running back, things changed around here. And keep in mind that X Factor running back started at like a 66 overall. Glad I moved him up in the depth chart. Cooper DeJean with 93 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 0 sacks, but 4 interceptions, 80 interceptions yards, and then 4 pass deflections, and then no pick sixes, but almost 1,000 starts here. Well, I mean 1,000 downs played, if you want to call it that. Quinyon Mitchell, though, with 1,001 downs played, and then 5 pass deflections, and then 1 interception for him, no interceptions, yards, and 1 tackles for a loss, and then 62 tackles. Once again, I think this is another W year for Cooper DeJean over Quinyon Mitchell. It doesn't have to be a competition. I just want to see who's going to be the better guy, but Cooper DeJean looks like a baller right now. For the first time in, what, 3 seasons, maybe 4, we're in the playoffs. Can we get our first playoff win in 3 or 4 seasons here against the New Orleans Saints, who were in the Super Bowl last year? We do not. 24-21. It's time to pack it up. I mean, maybe like we're a good team again. We're 13-4. The rest of our division sucks. Maybe Quinyon Mitchell will stay another year. Let's see what happens. And it's the same outcome in the Super Bowl, but actually a different result. So I guess it's not the same outcome, but same opponents, you should say. But 28-17, Raiders beat the Saints as Patrick Mahomes is on the Raiders, dude. Bryce Young wins the NFL League MVP. For the Panthers, of course, and then there are no awards here. Actually, Nick Sirianni here wins Coach of the Year for the Eagles, but we lose in the wild card, so that doesn't really mean anything. This is the team going into 2031. Just going to move this guy to the starter to see what happens for him. That guy's a star dev. McIntosh back to an X Factor. We have T. Higgins now. Is he like 31 or something? 33. My God. T. Higgins is going to be our number 2 receiver, as Devontae Smith is down to an 88. Jalen Hurts is down to a 91, and he is, how old is he? 34 years old. And Quinyon Mitchell stays with the team again. I didn't look last year, but Cooper DeJean gets the X Factor before Quinyon Mitchell here. He has the selfless ability. We're not doing that. We have a lot of X Factors on the team, but we ain't selfless. We've got that universal coverage here for Cooper DeJean. Actually, let's put him in the bottleneck, baby. He's going to lock you up no matter what. Needs to be a 95 overall for that 4th ability slot. Cooper DeJean is balling here once again. And then Redmond, he's only up to an 83 overall. I'm starting him in the slot. He doesn't seem bad. Should I start him over Quinyon Mitchell since Quinyon Mitchell's getting old? I feel like that'd be disrespectful. Let's actually put him at the safety position right now since he can actually play there pretty well. And we also have another new defensive back. Seems like the Eagles just only want to draft defense here. Nothing to improve the offense, especially the receiver position. But let's see what we got here. Redmond, I'm not going to leave in the slot because he's at the safety position. So many X factors on the team. Quinyon Mitchell stays for another year. Let's look at that contract, actually. Please do not be another 1-year contract. And it's another 1-year contract. Dude, you got to go to another team. He doesn't have any player tags now for the target trade veteran. So the Eagles didn't trade him, which I wish the AI would make more trades. But Cooper DeJean should be on his final year as well. Maybe he lined this up so that way him and Cooper DeJean can go together. It's disrespectful how this dude's a 91 overall superstar X Factor, only getting paid $7 million, almost $8 million a year. He has high interest with the team because we are technically in a Super Bowl chase now. So hopefully the team just stays on that consistent roll. Hopefully that wasn't just a 1-year wonder for us. But we'll see how it goes in the year 2031 for the team. 2032, my bad. Okay, so it does seem to be a one-year wonder as we go 8-9, miss the playoffs once again, and the Cowboys are back on top. Cooper DeJean, 98 tackles here, 6 tackles for a loss, no sacks, 2 interceptions, 44 interception yards, and then 8 pass deflections and no defensive touchdowns. Not even 1,000 yards downs played, but still really good. Redmond here, balling at safety. Just wanted to mention almost 1,200 downs played, and he has 3 pass deflections, but no interceptions, so I guess he's not really balling. Less tackles than Cooper DeJean as well, but either way, he's getting a starting role. Quinyon Mitchell with 83 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 tackle for a loss, and then 4 pass deflections. Less pass deflections than Cooper DeJean. They had the same amount of interceptions. Cooper DeJean had more tackles for a loss, more tackles. I hate to be the guy that keeps beating the dead horse and saying Cooper DeJean is better, and I know some people in the comments may be like, oh, well, you shouldn't compare him. It's not about that. To me, it's about that. We want a competition here. I want to see who's going to be the better man. Cooper DeJean seems to be balling. Quinyon Mitchell is regressing, but Cooper DeJean is about to regress as well. They're both on the final year of their contracts. They both got to wise up and go to the same team. They both got to move teams, bro. I'm sick and tired of being on this losing team. I want them each to get another ring. And the Bills win their first ever Super Bowl here over Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. Gregory Rousseau is still on the Bills as he wins the Super Bowl MVP, and there are no awards here for the Eagles. Year 2033, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, please both be gone. I just want what's best for you and best for the team in general. It wouldn't be best for the team, but it would be best for your careers, honestly. Dude, oh my gosh, how dumb are you? You're so good, but my God, use your brain. It's a crumbling team. There are some highlights, of course. The defense is a highlight, but we've only been to the playoffs once in the past 5 or 6 seasons. My God, Quinyon Mitchell has regressed down to an 84 overall, 32 years old, and another 1-year contract for $8 million. I don't know what he sees in the team. He has moderate interest. It's nothing crazy. Then Cooper DeJean, let's see what he has. He's 30 years old, but he has a superstar X factor. It's going to take some time for him to regress. And contract $17 million. We'd like to see the bag on that. He has a high interest with the team. I don't know why he still thinks we're in a Super Bowl chase. If you look at his motivations, it's in the green. He's not close to home. Like, come on, dude. Are you kidding me? Like, we're not in the Super Bowl chase. We're 8-9 and we missed the playoffs last year. Maybe he knows something that I don't. They both on another 1-year contract. Please sign 2 years to another team. Let's move in. It's the playoffs for 2033. Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell. I don't know how badly I need to say this over and over again. 4-13, bottom of the division. We have been deep fried for 5 or 6 years, bro. Get out of these stupid contracts. Nick Sirianni has to be a master negotiator in the offseason. There's no way these guys just keep willingly staying here. But Ladarius Davis is balling. Cooper DeJean continues to ball as well as he has 95 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, half a sack, no interceptions though, 7 pass deflections, and of course he won't have a defensive touchdown. Quinyon Mitchell, 65 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 1 interception, 9 interception yards, 3 pass deflections. There's no point in comparing Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean at this point. It's clear that Cooper DeJean's career has overall been better. Quinyon Mitchell started off better for the first 3 years, but Cooper DeJean caught up pretty quickly. Just needed a little bit more time to develop because of his young age. Either way, let's see where these two players go in the next season. And the Raiders win another Super Bowl here as Aiden Hutchinson and Patrick Mahomes are on the same team. That's nuts. Beating Bryce Young and the Panthers in the Super Bowl once again. The Vikings quarterback Channing Williamson continues to win league MVPs. And then, of course, there are no awards here for the Philadelphia Eagles once again. And Quinyon Mitchell stays at a superstar dev. And, of course, Cooper DeJean is going to stay at a superstar dev. His morale is down to a 90. Makes him down to a 90, but is a 93 overall without the minus morale. Quinyon Mitchell wised up here, but my boy Cooper DeJean, I think he took the term brotherly love too seriously, so he's still on the Eagles here, but he does not have his brother from another mother in Quinyon Mitchell. I don't know why I was so cringy when I said that, but either way, he's there now. Redmond, he's starting at strong safety and defensive back. Maybe I just move him back to strong safety or just have this guy start there now. I'll just move back to strong safety, honestly. But Cooper DeJean here once again as he is 31 years old, but he's still 93 overall. He's still going strong. Another 1-year contract, but he has no interest with the team because he's finally realized that they're not in a Super Bowl chase. But he got that bag once again, $18.7 million for another year. But let's see where Quinyon Mitchell went. Quinyon Mitchell is a free agent right now because we are in the preseason. My boy has a legacy score of 5,017th in the league for current DBs, not actual DBs of all time. But Cooper DeJean is top 5 right now in the league, so that's cool for him. But now I'm going to simulate to the regular season and see if any team picks up Quinyon Mitchell after the cuts. I don't know, maybe he just got cut from his team. And Quinyon Mitchell, past the preseason, is still a free agent. Let's see if that's the same way at the playoffs. It's really unfortunate that no one's picking him up. I believe he's an 80 overall superstar dev, but he should have like a mentor tag or something. Wow, even Quinyon Thomas, 82 overall mentor tag player, normal dev out of Auburn. He's not even getting picked up. Terrion Arnold is here as well. DeJean Newton, my God, all these draft class players are gone. Quinyon Mitchell's 33 years old, but still an 80 overall with superstar dev. That ability is still worth something here. And he has 2 abilities. His tags here, he doesn't have any tags. That's probably why he's not getting recruited. But this is still not a bad signing. Surprised the Eagles didn't pick him back up. I mean, I didn't really want him there, but at the same time, I don't want him to rot in free agency. Either way, he's a lifelong Eagle so far. Same thing with Cooper DeJean, 2034. Let's see what we have in the playoffs, and let's see if he ever gets signed at the midseason mark. Cooper DeJean, I'm gonna say it every time, bro. Pack your shit up, man. 4-13. There is no Super Bowl chase. I'm sorry, you're reliving your 3rd year with the team. It's over. The team's an 88 overall across the board, and we're still getting cooked in almost every team rank except for our superstar X Factor running back, who's completely carrying us, and Jalen Hurts is an 84 overall now. He's probably gonna retire after the season. And Jalen Hurts is putting up an 88 passer rating now with 10 interceptions to 14 passing touchdowns. Sure, 9 rushing touchdowns, but it doesn't make up for his 88 pass rating. He's cooked. The team's cooked. It's been cooked. It's been cooked for 6 years, bro. Come on. Cooper DeJean here with 110 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, 1 reception, 22 interception yards, 5 pass deflections here, and then defensive touchdowns is 0. 1,100 snaps played. Let's see if Quinyon Mitchell ever got signed. It would be really disappointing if he didn't. Cooper DeJean goes to number 4 on the legacy board for defensive backs here. That's nice to see. And Quinyon Mitchell stays a free agent at an 80 overall superstar dev. He's going to get even worse now that he's going to be 34. And he had no offseason or season training in general because he wasn't on a team. That's really depressing. That's really, really sad that he's still in free agency. He's still a superstar dev. He was still an 80 overall. He still had some left in the tank in him, man. He's like Doc Hudson from Cars when they're like, oh, they quit on me. I tried to return, and they were just like, nah, that's not exactly what Doc Hudson said, but that was along the lines of it. And the Raiders win another Super Bowl, and always whenever I see their Super Bowl MVPs, it's never the QB. We got Brandon Williamson here, who is apparently the brother of the Vikings quarterback Williamson, who seems to be a baller. Bo Nix on the Seahawks wins the league MVP. No awards for the Eagles once again. Jalen Hurts is still on the team, 82 overall. His receiving core is so bummy, bro. His best receiver out the backfield is going to be McIntosh at a 93 overall, superstar X Factor. Blair at a 78 overall, normal dev receiver. Still got Knighton, who's mega old now. What, he's like 32, I'm assuming now? Yeah, he's 32. Got it right on the money there. Yeah, we're completely cooked on offense. Defensively, it's not that bad. Our defensive tackles have completely left us at this point, but Barrow's not bad. Redmond's not bad. Cooper DeJean's still great. He's a 93 overall without the morale being down, but man, Quinyon Mitchell, sad to see him go with the Doc Hudson route as we have Cooper DeJean being Lightning McQueen. I'm sure Jackson Storm is going to come up on us and just wipe us out. We're making Cars references now. Let's move into the next season. And we have a new QB here over Jalen Hurts, and they still decide not to draft a receiver. Did they draft this guy? I mean, no. What are you doing, Eagles? They refuse to draft receivers here. Who is this guy? Donnie Johnston, a 33-year-old QB. That's exactly what we needed for the franchise. Jalen Hurts is 37. I'm sure he's still getting paid a bag here. No, he's only getting paid $5 million for this next year. It's so, dude, we're so cooked. Pick a new QB, pick some receivers. No, they picked another edge rusher. Stop. Stop picking edge rushers. Cooper DeJean, why are you still here? Leave, dude. Oh my gosh, he's killing me, man. He's killing me. He's killing himself. Oh, never mind. Bag alert. Bag alert. 29.5 million, absolute steal. Award winner slash trade target veteran. I don't care. Homie got that bag. It don't matter how dog shit this team is no more. Bag alert for Cooper DeJean. He's getting it before he dips, but he can definitely play for another team, get a bag, and get a Super Bowl win. He could get like $25 million a year and still get a Super Bowl win. Did Quinyon Mitchell ever get signed? I'm probably assuming he didn't. Cooper DeJean is now top 3 for the whatchamacallit DBs, as actually Cooper DeJean is Jackson Storm, and you see Quinyon Mitchell, he's Lightning McQueen. You see him, he's like, oh, McQueen's fading fast. Oh, dude, these memes are going crazy. Quinyon Mitchell, he's fading fast. He was never Lightning McQueen. I mean, he was pretty good for his first couple of years, so maybe. Either way, these Cars references are getting too much. 20-35, let's see how we do in the playoffs. 10-7 isn't bad, but we're 3rd in the division and we missed the playoffs. Our offense is ranked 27th in points per game. Our defense is top 3. Defensive passing game is 1st, but it doesn't matter, dude, because we missed the playoffs again. We haven't won a playoff game in like 7 years. L'Jarius Sneed makes Hall of Fame. Just wanted to point that out. I'm going to check on, where is he? The main man, Quinyon Mitchell. No upgrade to his legacy, was never signed to a team for 2 years straight. He's still sitting in free agency, refusing to retire. Upsetting for my man. The new QB, I mean, he's not bad, but I'm sure he's in a running scheme. Yeah, he's getting the rushing yards whenever he shouldn't be rushing, but sure. Cooper DeJean with 108 tackles, 5 interceptions, 2 tackles for a loss, and then 109 interception yards, 1 pass deflection only, but still, he was that ball hawk. No defensive touchdowns, not even 1,000 snaps plays. This might have been his best year. 5 interceptions, I think, is his all-time high, and he had triple-digit tackles here, 2 tackles for a loss, and then triple-digit interception yards, which doesn't really matter too much, but why not just add it? But only 1 pass deflection. I'm going to say this is his best year. And with that being said, I think 5 interceptions is his best year. No, it's tied with another year, but still in 2028, he still had more tackles, but he had more tackles for a loss in 2028, more interception yards, more pass deflections here. So this is debatable because in 2028, he had 4 pass deflections instead of 1. He had slightly, 10 more yards, interception yards, same amount of interceptions, 1 more tackle for a loss, but less tackles. So let me know down in the comments below which year is better here. Is 2035 or is 2028? So either way, could be very debatable. Both really good years for him. But again, he got his bag. If he can get another bag, that'd be cool for the Eagles. But he has no interest with the team. We need a Super Bowl ring. We can't end it out like this, being on a 7-year playoff win drought for the Eagles. We made the playoffs within the past 7 years. We just haven't won one in like 7 years. So let's see what actually the overall is for Quinyon Mitchell. Is it still 80? I doubt it. Tua is in free agency at the age of 38. Okay, Quinyon Mitchell doesn't regress that far because he's not necessarily on a team. He's down to a 77. I would expect it to be lower. He's still regressing at a fast rate, but I highly doubt anyone signs him at this point. He still wouldn't be a bad depth player, but I don't see why nobody would sign him. He doesn't really have any tags, but still, the superstar dev isn't bad. And the Titans, I think, win their first ever Super Bowl, 13-10 against the Saints here, as there are no awards here once again for the Eagles. Seems like Jalen Hurts has retired. He didn't hit free agency because his contract technically wasn't up because we weren't in the free agency period. Cooper DeJean is down to an 89 overall because of the regression without the boost here. So we're going to see if he stays with the team, secures that bag one more time. The Eagles need to draft a new QB and a new receiver, but I don't want to stay here for the rebuild, even though they were 10-7. It wasn't bad, but they're not going to do anything. And the suffering continues for the Eagles as their top receiver is an 81 overall and their QB is 34 years old and has no point of progression. Still have the same tight end. God, the offense is so bad. 83 overall team. Cooper DeJean is freed. The shackles are gone. Sorry, Eagles fans. He's not that loyal whenever it comes to the absolute bag. I'm so happy. He was loyal for long enough. But let's see where he has gone. Cooper DeJean is, drumroll please, a Green Bay Packer. I can see that. You know why I could have seen that? Because he should have gone to the Packers in the draft, but they took Jordan whoever out of Arizona. It should have been Cooper DeJean. But either way, he's going to the Packers. Finally, we have a new storyline. He was loyal for a long time. He wants that bag, and he finally realized after 7 long years, or even more, I don't even know, of not having a playoff win, he was not in the Super Bowl chase. It took him a long time to realize that, but did Quinyon Mitchell ever get signed? I highly doubt it. And I must be bugging here, but he had like 5,500 legacy score, didn't he? I don't see him anywhere, which usually means whenever you don't see them, they glitch out and they don't show that they're Hall of Fame unless they're one of like the top players on the board, like L'Jarius Sneed here. So that usually just means they straight up retired. So let's sort this by ABC order. Quinyon Mitchell, it goes by first name, not by last name. So I'm in the Q's here, and not very many Q names here. Q Bush, Q Simpson, and Q Weldon. There's no Quinyon Mitchell. So Quinyon Mitchell has retired from the league, I believe, at the age of 35. He was loyal to the day he died. We're just going to go with that because I don't want to say that nobody wanted him. So we're going to say he was the Larry Fitzgerald situation, to where no matter what team offered him, no matter where he wanted to be, he was loyal to the Cardinals despite them not winning anything. He actually won a ring, so it's better than the Larry Fitzgerald situation. But either way, we're going to say Quinyon Mitchell was loyal to the end. But I don't care. I'm going to keep saying it. Cooper DeJean continues to ball. We're switching to the Packers. Finally. Hopefully they have a franchise QB. But with that being said, I also haven't seen the Packers win a Super Bowl or even make it to the Super Bowl in the simulation so far. The Packers, they're an 87 overall, and they got Bryce Young, superstar X Factor at QB, tight end superstar Alex Bridge here. So we got something cooking here. Oh man, do we got something cooking here. Springs, is he young? I mean, either way, Bryce Young, he's 35 here, but he's a superstar X Factor. That's what matters for the team. Spring, can he develop? Springs is 24, superstar dev. That's going to be a good developing running back. We got some decent receivers here, 91 overall, superstar tight end. Great offensive line. It's nice to see finally good offense. A different scheme here for Cooper DeJean, but he is the top DB here. And look at the depth at DB here. Everyone starting is at least a star dev. This is a great turn of events. Of course, I'm not going to change the schemes or the playbooks. We're just going to rock out with what we got. But please, Cooper DeJean, let's see if we can make the playoffs for the first time in 3 seasons, but win a playoff game for the first time in 7 seasons. With Cooper DeJean, we are in the year 2035, 2036, my bad. Okay, we're cooked. I hope he got that bag. Let me check that contract. 5-12, bottom of the division. Oh, Cooper DeJean, I hope you got that absolute bag because you're 33 years old. Oh, is that his number? I need to check that now. Does he keep the number 33? No, he's 23 now. Super lame. He actually has Jair Alexander's number, and he had 14 million. So he didn't get to that bag. He has no overall interest of the team because they're not in a Super Bowl chase. But I guess we're going to see what happens. And I'm just going to check his stats here because there's no point in actually looking at the rest of the team now that Quinyon Mitchell is not in the rebuild. 94 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, half a sack, interception, 13 interception yards, 2 pass deflections, and then no defensive touchdowns. He's never had a defensive touchdown in his career. That's actually crazy. I think Quinyon Mitchell had 1. Either way, let's see where this man goes. Does he continue to chase the bag? He has no interest with the team. Maybe he hops around and becomes the school bop. And the Vikings beat the Chargers in the Super Bowl. Channing Williamson just seems to be a baller as he wins the league MVP and the Super Bowl MVP. No awards here for the Packers. And did Cooper DeJean retire? We're not even in the re-signing period. I think that's it. It's really sad to see it end with neither of our guys having a playoff win in like now 8 years in the league. But Cooper DeJean plays only 1 year for the Packers. really loyal with the Eagles. Same thing with Quinyon Mitchell. So if you want to take away one thing from this rebuild, Eagles fans, you get a ring from Quinyon Mitchell. Well, two things, and they're mad loyal to their team. And I want to see if Cooper DeJean makes Hall of Fame. It still says he's on the Packers, so let me just quickly simulate to the next season. And of course, EA does EA things. I can't even see if the dude made Hall of Fame. They just completely removed him from the legacy board. I'm saying, did he make Hall of Fame? I guess technically, unless they say it, you don't make it. And he had the legacy score. He was top 3. He had the legacy score of 13,000, 14,000, I believe, which was close to what Derek Stingley had. I forgot to check his yearly awards. I know he had a couple, but he had the same amount of rings as L'Jarius Sneed, Derek Stingley. I'm going to claim him as Hall of Fame. He was 3rd in the league all-time, the legacy board here. So I'm going to claim Cooper DeJean as a Hall of Famer, and this is where the rating comes in. Starting out with the superstar dev Quinyon Mitchell, first-round pick. He had a higher status, I would say, or a higher expectation than Cooper DeJean, because not only did he start with superstar dev, he was a first-round pick. I know he was a mid-first-round pick at like pick 20. Cooper DeJean was an early second-round pick, so they weren't too far apart in the draft, but one was a day 1 guy, one was a day 2. So Quinyon Mitchell, he had the higher expectation. He started with superstar dev, while Cooper DeJean only started with star dev, but he was on the older side. So even though he was a first-round pick, he did a solid job, extremely loyal to the Eagles, only played with them. Of course, nobody would sign him in free agency. I don't really know if his loyalty would be tested, if anyone actually had an interest, or maybe he just didn't want to sign unless it was the Eagles, which I highly doubt it because he only had moderate interest with them. Either way, I would say it was a 7 out of 10 for his career. Definitely not Hall of Fame, but he was a nice pickup. Superstar dev, never really progressed throughout his career. It was up to an 88 or 89 overall, was his highest overall. He was a superstar dev the entire time. He started out with superstar dev. I'm going to give him, generously, it's a 7 out of 10. Realistically, it's more like a 6.5 out of 10. If he was a later pick, easily it would be a 7 or 8 out of 10. But for a first-round pick, you have those higher expectations. Now, Cooper DeJean, Hall of Fame. It doesn't matter if you are the last pick or the first pick in the draft. If you're a Hall of Fame, it's a 10 out of 10 Grand Slam pick. Grand Slam hit, not pick. Well, he's a defensive back, so I guess you can call it a pick if you want. Either way, it's not showing Hall of Fame here. I think it was Hall of Fame. Both these guys got a ring. That's an important thing because a lot of guys just don't get a ring throughout their entire career. They both got it early on instead of later in their careers. 10 out of 10 for Cooper DeJean. If you're a Hall of Fame, again, it doesn't matter where you were picked or what you did. If you were a Hall of Fame, 10 out of 10 for him. Great career stats. He got up from a star to a superstar X Factor. His highest overall, I believe, was a 93, if not a 94 overall. Grand Slam there for the Philadelphia Eagles. 10 out of 10 for Cooper DeJean. 7 out of 10 generously for Quinyon Mitchell. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the video. I thank you guys all for watching. If you guys want more realistic sims like this, let me know down in the comments below. Maybe I'll do the Lions defensive back, Terrion Arnold and Rakestraw out of Mizzou, I believe it is. So maybe we can do a battle between them. That'd be pretty cool. But anyways, guys, I thank you guys all for watching. If you guys watched this far in the video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.